Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Austin and this is Sincerely Austin. I still am trying to debate on if this is going to be a weekly thing or a bi-weekly thing. But as you can see, I have a little table here set up, so there's going to be some other little things in this video. Also, I have my little notebook so that I don't lose track of what we're going to be going over today. So the first thing I want to address, the original video was supposed to be like a magical day with Mel. I was doing a waning moon ritual that got interrupted by an evil troll at my apartment. One of their leasing agents somehow mistakenly thought that my candle was a bong. Long story short, we've been getting complaints of weed in the apartment complex, so she just found an opportunity and thought she was going to blame it on me. But little did she, how she missed the camera being recorded, I have no idea because it was sitting on a tripod like it is now. But I digress. I also tried to re-record it, and I just really wasn't feeling it. It just wasn't the same. Also, depression kicked in just a tad. My motivation to do anything was just like, which is kind of why I'm sitting here looking like I'm looking now, because procrastination at its finest. So it's just gonna, I can't. And it's still rolling. It's still fucking rolling.
That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny.
Shut up, Donna. I'll let them see your butt.
Really? No, we're not doing that.
I won't even crop it out neither.
Well.
Anyways, so yes, this is where we are. So those of you that don't know, we just had a new moon in Aquarius. Can you please stop looking at me? It's making me nervous. Drop it. Put them in there.
Yeah, no.
So, some of you that don't know, the new moon in Aquarius just passed. That was another video that I tried to do for you guys and ended up getting drunk. So that didn't happen. I didn't do a new moon ritual. I didn't write down anything. I didn't make any intentions till the next day. And I just, by that point, it was too late to record for you guys so that you could do it too, because my intention was to do it before it got here. Didn't happen. So I'll just kind of give you some key points that you should have taken away, that you, honestly, you still can, from this new moon that just passed. The first thing is to detach, release, and let go of the things that do not serve you. Okay? Let that shit go. Even if it's just saying, I don't like this, and I banish it and move on. That is good enough for me. And it's good enough for whatever you want to do. However you want to do it. The second thing is being true to you. Ask yourself, are you giving yourself what you need? Are you focusing enough on you? Do you need anything? This is what I want you to do. Look in the mirror until the next full moon comes around and just say, hey, how are you? Talking to yourself in the mirror. How are you? Are you getting what you need from me? And really think about those questions. If you gotta answer yourself. Be like, I'm not doing enough for me. I'm not doing enough for you. It's cool. Say that. Be honest with yourself. If you can't be honest with nobody else, be honest with yourself. Okay? Second thing. Be creative. Okay? look to the future, come up with new ideas, come up with new things that you may want to get started in, or get a new hobby. Be cliche and go to drawing and painting and sketching, and be uncliche and refurbish a piece of furniture from Goodwill. Rearrange the house. Do a little feng shui. You know, it doesn't take a lot. Start a YouTube. Record a video every once in a while. Do what you want to do. Just whatever you feel like is giving you that oomph to be creative. Do it. Do it. Nothing wrong with that. Give time, energy, love, yourself, money. You don't have to give money. It does not have to be about money. Giving anything. Like if you have some old clothes in your closet you want to donate, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send a whole bag of clothes to my friend. That doesn't cost me anything but shipping, maybe. It's nothing. Giving somebody a meal, taking a random meal to the shelter, or if you cook and you have a friend that you think you know that doesn't really make a lot of money, or is only eating like ramen noodles or whatever, because you know that happens in this day and age, invite them over for dinner. A plate could make their whole month. Do you hear me? A plate that you made, and it could be as simple as fish and rice, but it's more than ramen noodles and water. They ain't gonna be happy with that. Connect, be social, put yourself out there. Reconnect with your circle, your family, your closest friends. You know, it doesn't have to be, you can meet new people. You can go out there and go to a painting class by yourself and meet some new people. Go to a bar, go do rock climbing and meet other people that are doing rock climbing. Go to a bar crawl, go to a food crawl. If you can't find someone at a food crawl that you don't have nothing in common with, if y'all are at the food crawl together, you get what I'm saying? Y'all both like food. People genuinely can learn to like other people around food. Food is life. So genuinely, you know, try some different things. Get creative. Go take a pottery class. You're not gonna be the only one in there, and you're not gonna be the only first one in there. Like that's their first time doing it. I've never even been to a pottery class. Would I like to go stick my hand in some mud? Absolutely. And make me a little bowl I can take home? Yes. Have I done it? No. I'm gonna put it on my list to do. Now, one good thing about this, connecting. Check in with your tribe. And I don't mean just to be like, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's good. I just wanted to check on you. That's not really checking on them. Be mindful in this process when talking to people, because your communicative exchanges with someone else could shape their week, could shape their month, could shape their year. So be mindful when connecting with other people, okay? Think about the things that you're saying. Think about the things that you're thinking. Think about your facial reactions if you talk with your face like I do. See, I could be saying yes, and my face would be like, or, oh, that's really interesting. And my face will be like, it's really not. So be mindful in the communications that you do have with other people while you're trying to connect and be social. So this moon was good for people that are Aries or Aries rising. It's their perfect wishing moon, okay? This is the time for all people to be manifesting. New moons are super good for that. Something that I like to do, it's simple, it's quick, bam, bam, boom, 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 is a simple, small ritual that I do where I write a list of about 10 things, kind of detailed, but short and sweet, but detailed. Like the details, I meshed them as small as possible to be very clear and concise. And then I meditate on it. I meditate on those things, that they could be things that I want, things that I want to let go, things that I'm grateful for. Because you always want to be grateful for whatever you're letting go of, for the lessons it taught you, because nothing comes into your life for no reason. So even if there may be a thing or a person that came in and you're like, I don't even know what they came in my life for, to just wreak havoc. There was something you were supposed to learn, and if you didn't learn anything, someone just like that or something just like that is going to come around again. So I advise you to learn something from every encounter, because it's always going to come back around if you don't learn what you were supposed to learn. And then either I store it by a window for a time until I feel like it's done its job, or I burn it. My favorite, I like to burn things. I'm kind of a pyro. It's cool, nothing wrong with it. Or if I don't really want to necessarily cause the smoke alarm or anything, or have to go outside to burn it, or I just don't feel like leaving it on the windowsill for my cat to decide to pull it off and then eat it, I just kind of set it underneath the candle, meditate on it while it's underneath the candle, and then when I'm done meditating, I either put it in my wishing jar, or I just simply thank it and toss it away and keep on moving. People say that you shouldn't, if you're trying to banish things, don't toss it away close to you, and I get that, but nobody's gonna walk maybe 100 feet to drop it off, or go to the dumpster to drop it off, or drive way out and drop it off, just get rid of it somewhere. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put it in my trash can and let it go away to dump. Some new moon wishing golden rules when you're manifesting. Okay, so especially for these Aries rising individuals, when you are wishing for these things, and if these golden rules aren't what you've been, if that's not how your list look, then I advise you to go back and reevaluate. Okay, because the universe, it brings about karma. So let's just talk about some of these things. Wish for anything you want, but take baby steps. Okay? Wish for anything you want. The sky is the limit. Okay? But take it easy. Don't go too big too fast. Because what happens when you go too big too fast? The highest ones fall the hardest. Okay? The higher you're up, you climb that ladder too fast, that ladder gets real shaky, real fast. You try to lose a lot of weight all at once, what happens? Your body starts giving out because you're losing too much at one time and it can't keep up. All that. Everything that you get too fast, the world around you can't accommodate it or hold it. Your shoulders can't hold that weight because it didn't grow with it properly in the time that it was needed. So take those steps. Take those baby steps. Work your way to it. Okay? Wish for a feeling rather than a possession. Let me explain it to you like this. Let's just say, I want this house. I want a house. I do. We want to buy a house. But instead of wishing for a house, I'm going to think about the things, how I want the house to make me feel, how I want the different rooms to make me feel. Like, when I think of a house that I'm going to be trying to manifest, I'm manifesting the feeling of being safe, secure, warm, happy. For example, when I think of my living room, I think of a place that brings people together, that's bright yet cozy, that kind of gives a little warmth in the room. So if I think of the bedroom, it's a place that's completely relaxing, you know, a kitchen. I kind of think of inspiration. Everybody wants a new dish, right? You know, a new dish every now and then, and you want to keep that. You want to add that into your cooking. If we want a guest bedroom, we want them to feel like a home away from home. So cozy, welcoming, uplifting. If I want like a study, I want it to be inspirational. I want it to be creative. I want it to be magical. You know, think of those feelings, how you want to feel in this house, and that house will come eventually. Wish for the type of person you want, but don't wish for a specific person. I'm gonna put it to you like this. If you want somebody and they got a person already, don't wish for that person. Karma will either tell you, nah, I'm not giving you that. The universe is gonna be like, that's not how we do things. Your happiness doesn't come from other people's pain. Or you wishing for a specific person, but the type of person that you want, they probably not that person. What if you want somebody that's in tune with their emotions, that understands how to read your body language? If you're not a person that likes to open up very easily, and you wishing for the specific person that's cold, they really could care less how you feel. They want you to take care of them, not take care of you. You know, I know a lot of people that be on Instagram scrolling and they be like, oh, this person is so cute. I've got the biggest crush on her. I wouldn't be mad if she were mine. What if she's a hoe? You loyal as fuck. What if she don't want to be monogamous? You want to be monogamous. What if she don't want to get married? You want to get married. What if she don't like kids? What if she don't like dogs? You got two. You know, things like that. So wish for the type of person that you want, but not a specific person. All right? Next, believe you are worthy of your wishes. If you don't believe in yourself that these things are what you deserve, that this is what you should be having, these are what you truly desire, that shit ain't coming to you. Don't tell yourself that I'm gonna have a warm, cozy home, but I deserve, even though I deserve a home in the hood that's insecure and cheap. You know, believe that these things should be yours by all means. You know what I'm saying? Meditation is a great way to strengthen any manifestation or intention that you're trying to do, because it allows you to truly think in silence about the details, the small little bitty things, you know, things that you might not think about while you're trying to make these lists out, and then boom, there it is, something you missed. And it might be something important that you didn't think was important, but it came back to you, and it's very important. I would say to definitely create a mantra for your manifestations, wishes, and intentions. So for instance, say like you already have it. Any mantra should always be, I am, I do, I know, I believe. So for example, let's just say I want a new house that is for 2,500 square feet, with 4 bedrooms and 3 baths and open concept living room. These are the details, right? So let's just say I have a home that is cozy, warm, welcoming, inspirational, and full of magic, and supplies all that I need and desire. Concise, to the point, and when I'm saying it, I'm thinking of the things that I want in my mind. Like how it looks, how it feels, how it flows with my life. Like if you thinking, so I need y'all guys to understand, you can't picture in your mind and read your mantra and be thinking of a townhome and get a 4-bedroom house. That's just not how it's gonna work. You need to truly be visualizing your home. So if you need a 2-car garage, you gotta visualize that 2-car garage in here. Okay? That's also what you need. You need to visualize it. So use your words to describe it, how it feels, but in your mind, picture it, how it looks in your mind. Okay? Now, the new moon has passed. You can still follow the rules and regulations of a new moon technically, because we're not quite at I don't think we're quite at the waxing givers yet, but it's okay because there's a waxing moon ritual that I'm about to tell y'all about too. So the mantra of the waxing moon is dream, plant, and nurture. Dream, plant, nurture. That is the waxing moon phases as well as its mantra, okay? Dream, plant, nurture. And we're gonna go through each one. So the first phase of the waxing moon is a waxing crescent, okay? And that's dream. You wanna be open to ideas and inspiration, observe and meditate on possible avenues. So this is where you put your ideas on paper. This is where, if you got a YouTube journal, you can write those ideas down and let them just come out onto paper. And it could be sloppy. It could be real sloppy. It don't gotta be neat. This is just your ideas, right? This is where you'll make a vision board or a vision list or a bubble grid or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is where you make a Pinterest board of the things that you want, you know? This is the start of the beginning. You know, this is the start of another phase. So this part, this first little section after the new moon is where you make those, come up with ideas. The next section is the first quarter moon, waxing moon. First quarter waxing moon. And this is where you plant. This is where you put the seed in the ground and begin to treat the soil and things. Okay, so this is where you set your intentions, take action, make decisions, formulate goals, and move forward. So this is where you start to kind of actively make a plan on how you're gonna make these intentions and dreams and ideas happen, okay? This ain't where you put the action in yet, so don't start doing nothing yet. You got to have a plan. People don't just come up with a business, think of a business idea, and then just go gung-ho into it. I mean, I've done it, it don't work out well. You gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan first, got to. So this is where you work out the fine details of things, okay? So if you got some ideas on that list that's just too far and above your pay grade at this moment, and by pay grade, I'm just saying like it's too much for you right now, just push it to a later list. It's cool. create a first step to get to it, but don't work on that one now. You know, you can adjust these. You can adjust it. So this is where you create those boundaries and what you feel like I can work on this right now. Like this is something that probably needs to come first before I get to this or this or this. So this is where you create that first step. Nurture for the waxing gibbous. That's the last little portion right before the full moon. Okay? So this is where you support yourselves, create or change anything that you need to. And you want to act with clarity and strong commitment. So this is where you go in and you start doing it. So let's say, for example, when I'm dreaming it, let's say I want to meditate more. This is my idea. I'm writing it down. I want to eat more green foods. Writing it down. I want to read more books. Writing it down. That's the dream phase. You write, just coming up with ideas and writing it down, thinking about it, meditating on those things that you may want to do. The next phase is planting. So this is where I say, okay, I want to meditate more. What's a good pace for me to start meditating? 2 times a week, 3 times a week, a minute a day, 5 minutes a day. Is that too much, or should I gradually increase it? This is that time where that's the time during the first quarter moon until the waxing gibbous. That's when you start kind of, okay, let me work this out. How am I going to increase this? Am I going to start off with 1 minute a day for a couple of days, work my way up to 3 minutes a day, increase 5 minutes a day, work my way up to 10 minutes a day? This is where you come up with those ideas. If I want to start reading a book, am I going to read only on certain days a week, or am I going to try to read 5 pages a day? So this is where you come up with those plans. The nurturing phase. This is where I would actively start meditating and putting it into practice. This is where I would actually start reading those pages. This is where I would actually start eating the greens more. This is where you actively start and following your plan that you created. So that's kind of how it all kind of goes up until the full moon. Now, I have a waxing moon ritual for you guys that I did kind of write down. Just because it's nice to make wishes and intentions. We all like, dreaming and thinking of things that we want to do, but we also have to be grateful to the things that once served us a purpose and no longer do. So the ritual is to, check in with yourself, see how you're doing, to write down some intentions of some things that you want to happen. Also make a list of the things that you're thankful for but they no longer serve you, or the things that you're just grateful for. But I really suggest that the gratitude list is for things that no longer serve you, that you need to let go of and just hand them out, because we're trying to start a new slate clean, and then once you've done that, cleanse that space that you're going to be performing this ritual in, okay? You want to just get anything out that's lingering around, send it on its way, okay? This is where I want you to write a list of any negative thoughts about any of your lists that you made, okay? This is where you take those negative thoughts on a separate piece of paper, and you write any negative thoughts about any intentions that you have, any gratitude things that you have, and you put it on this paper. And you fold that paper up, and you can do like I said. You can put it next to a window, take it to a mirror and face the mirror outside the window. Put it in a burning jar. You can throw it in trash, tear it up. You can burn it, or bury it somewhere far, far outside. You know, whatever you feel like is best for you to do. Some people even take a string and tie it around it, and then cut the string, you know, cord cutting, you know, different strokes for different folks, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, whatever you have access to more of, whatever you feel like you need to do to let that go. Let those negative thoughts go, because you don't want to start off the process in a negative mindset. Do that. It doesn't have to be one way or another, you know. I tell people all the time, follow your intuition on what feels good to you, because what I do may not be good for you. You may not like burning stuff like I do. You may got allergies, like some major allergies where the smoke get in your nose and you that's not gonna be cute. So I understand that. I respect that. Some people can't even burn sage. They gotta do sage spray. So if that's your thing too, do that. If that's how you clear your space, if you don't have no tools at all, it's as simple as imagining the list in your mind, imagining this light around you in your space that's clear, because ultimately it's all up here. Me personally, I like tools. I like crystals. I like cards. I like sage. I like Palo Santos. I like cinnamon sticks. I like all that. So for me, that works, because I like those extra little tools. But some people can't. They just can't deal with it. So there's nothing wrong with that. I did also want to talk about Imbolc, or Bridget's Day, or St. Bridget's Day, or Candlemas, as some people call it. It is a Wiccan Sabbath. It marks the beginning of spring that's right around the corner. It's a celebration of hope, growth, renewal, purity, and it is on February 1st. So it is right around the corner. This is the time when you open the windows, open the doors. Well, maybe not doors if you live in an apartment, you know. I don't know how many people you walk by, but this is the time where you kind of crack the windows, you let some fresh air in, clean your house, top to bottom, dust, wipe, wash the dishes, wash the clothes, mop the floors, wash all the bedding, wash yourself, and clean up and declutter and do the things that need to be done. Because you really want to start that new growth and that new season in your life clean, pure, you know, junk free. The perfect activity for this Sabbath is to take a nature walk and appreciate nature and all that it provides for you. Because I don't think a lot of people realize how much nature actually does do for us. The bees, pollination. We would not have a lot of plants if it weren't for pollination. Gardening would not be what it is without the bugs. I know they're good, but they do it. They do what we cannot ultimately really do. We are almighty, but we're not that almighty. The animals, I don't think y'all understand how they control, the animal world controls its own population by a natural way of life. You know, that's all part of it. If we didn't have larger animals to eat the little rats, they'd be running around here left and right, or rabbits, or, you know, mosquitoes. Some other bugs eat mosquitoes, so we'd be ate up by mosquitoes, you know. Everything has its purpose in this life, just like we do. So nature is a good grounding tool, an environment to really bring you back into reality of what life really is. What life really is ultimately, because without technology, without cars, we would be just another chain in the animal kingdom. Earthing. It's where you take your shoes off and walk around in the dirt. So if you go to a beach, that's earthing. Stick your feet in them sand and wiggle them toes, girl. Or boy, young man, you know, lady. If you're on a nature trail and you find a little open patch of grass, take your shoes off. Go step in it and let the grass tickle your toes, make your feet itchy. I wouldn't suggest going into the trees on a nature walk because, you know, snakes and stuff do live there. So, I mean, if you're not scared, by all means, go. But I'm country, but I've been cinematized. So I'm not gonna go in their territory. Like, I'm gonna go to the picnic park or something and walk in the grass, or out by my pool and stand in the grass, but I'm not going in the trees, in the woods. I walk on a nature trail, but nature trails a lot of times have concrete walkways. So, I mean, I guess concrete did used to be a part of nature, but you see, I'm going off again, So Saint Bridget is the fire goddess. Yeah. So for those other friendly pyros out there, this is the time to light every candle in your house. You could have that scenic display that you see on Pinterest and Instagram sometimes with shelves on the walls, or your bar covered in different candles. This is that time. You get to light every stinking candle you own and say, burn, baby, burn. You can cut off all the lights and let the candles burn and just embrace in the flicker, okay? Embrace in the smells, embrace in all of it. If you got 20 different tiers of white candles, baby, light them and enjoy them. Because this is maybe one of the biggest times of the year when you can live it up. So for a little extra magic for Imbolc, when you have your candles laying around in safe areas where they won't just get knocked over and burnt everything up, get you some little seeds and place here and there. It don't gotta be a whole bunch. You ain't gotta sprinkle them all over the place. You can just like put a couple right here and then put a couple right here. Or maybe even dress a candle with some seeds and put it on your altar and burn that one. You know, it don't have to be a whole bunch. It could be something small. It could be one seed. You got an extra pumpkin seed, stick it in it. You got an extra apple seed, stick it in there. You got a sunflower seed, stick it in there. Boom. There it is. It's a little extra magic. Crystals. Let's talk about the Imbolc crystals. So there's a lot of different crystals that could really go with this, but the major ones that you really hear about are amethyst, of course, because amethyst is just bomb anyways. This is a lighter cluster that I have. I also have a couple amethyst points that are kind of a little bit bigger. I have some smaller ones. I think I have a tower in here, an amethyst tower. So amethyst is really good. Malachite is kind of green. I have a malachite. I didn't pull it out for this. Why? I don't know. The amethyst is mainly for the protection of the home. As you know, amethyst is kind of one of those heal all, of course, like the master healer, the clear quartz. Malachite is basically for healing, craft work, and transformation, which Imbolc is a lot of. The orange calcite for energy and success, mainly for new projects. So starting something new, like we talked about. Like I said, 'tis the season. Bed waxing month. I told y'all. Plants. Dream, plant, nurture. I told you. And what happens? Imbolc. the beginning of spring. Like I said, I'm telling you, I mean, granted, spring don't come for a little bit while later, but it's the beginning of the melting of snow in a lot of places. So this still happens a lot more in like Ireland, Scotland. I don't really know my geography, I just know it's over there. Chrysocolla, however you want to say it. People gonna say it differently. I'm not gonna argue with y'all about it. Introspection and preparation for emerging from hibernation. Okay, not like hibernation like animals, like hibernation because we get lazy during the holiday season, or we get wrapped up in the holiday spirit, or money get tight because of like, damn, I gotta buy everybody gifts, or I gotta do all this and everything. It always seems to happen during holidays. Car breakdown, something goes messed up somewhere else, check don't be right, hours don't be right. Some people are off like weeks at a time during holidays. It just gets tight by the time you come back. So, you know what I'm saying? There could be a lot of different things going on as far as hibernation goes. We're not like sleeping through the winter and stuff. That's not how we do. Unless you have seasonal depression for the winter, then you probably are, which you need this then, okay? By all means, baby, you got this. Trust me, I know. If I go past 6 days and not doing my hair, well, just know I'm about to be somewhere curled up in a blanket, sleep, not want to be bothered. Most of the time, it's when this bun starts to take over my head. So, this is my telltale sign that when it looks like this is the telltale sign that I've been in my hibernative state, not inspired to do a thing. Moonstone, it's one of my favorites. I love moonstone, okay? I love moonstone because it comes in so many different colors and nude and black and rainbow and white. I think there's even a pink moonstone, and the flashes can be different colors. Oh. It's for a transition, rebirth, and initiation. So, you know, transitioning into a new space, a new project, or becoming something new, rebirthing into a new you, or initiating, starting something new. Everything is about new. So, new baby. You're like a newborn baby starting from the beginning. Okay? Carnelian for fertility and vitality, which is another one of my favorite stones. I actually have a palm stone in it that I actually really quite like and enjoy. Or also two other ones are bloodstone and garnet, which are also extremely powerful for this time. So, you know, Imbolc is right around the corner. So you definitely, you know, add that into your Imbolc rituals. So really it's just cleaning up of your house and home and starting anew, starting fresh, clean. That means even you. If you need to take some extra time and give yourself a good hot soaking bath, do that. Wash your hair. Get a new hair regimen. Girl, add a little extra to your skincare regimen. Sir, do a little extra moisture on that beard if you need to. You know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. Do whatever works for you. Whatever feels right, get it done. So, the next thing. I did a 3-card pull for you guys to go into the week, starting it off right. One of these cards is your message for the week, okay? And honestly, it don't have to be just one. If you are truly drawn to all 3, it's all 3 for you, baby. I'm going to let you guys meditate on these cards for just a moment. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the first card. Now, this first crystal right here is a rose, a lavender rose quartz. So maybe you can see it on your end and maybe not, but it does have a more purple hue than a normal rose quartz would have, which I actually have on here so you can kind of see the difference. Yeah, I also have one of these lavender rose quartz in a sphere form, and I love that one much more, but I also wanted a rough stone, so you can definitely see the difference in the colors right there. So this is a lavender rose quartz here, and that first card we're going to flip over now. It says it's the disseminating moon, which tells you to take time to breathe out. And the mantra of this card is I am where I am and it's okay. You know, you should know where you stand either now or very soon. This card tells you to really just accept that you're here in this moment, and whatever's going on, bad or good, it's okay. You know, things are how they're supposed to be right now. So the meanings that you should take away from this are, you know, you should know where you stand. Like I said, now or very soon, like that's going to be coming to you. And accept that. Also, you need to take some time out for your own good. Running around consistently is not going to get it done. You know, take that time that you need. Also, it's time for you to share your wisdom and experience with someone else. You know, share what you've learned, share what you know. It could be on a matter of different things, you know, or share even a piece of yourself. You know, be open to that, because you never know what your words may give to someone else. Avoid falling into a slump. So I know it's really easy to just kind of give up and just kind of sit back and kick back and go, ugh, I know. That's why this video is so late, and it's like it is. I was supposed to make an intro video this week. Did I? Absolutely not. But it's cool. I have next week. So this is where I'm supposed to be at, and you know, that's okay. The message of this card is that you're at a more tranquil point in the life cycle of whatever situation that you're asking about. It's not an ideal time to start something new, and to give yourself some time to think about what has passed and what has happened. This card is really all about taking the time to breathe, reflect, and move on. So our second card is the card of the carnelian. It's a palm stone. It's very, very, very pretty to me, very smooth. I thought that at a time I liked raw stones or rough stones, but now I'm kind of starting to get more for the tumbled look of stones unless they're like quartz points, or amethyst points, or anything kind of with a point. So this card says communication is key, and it's relating to the new moon in Gemini. And so the mantra for this card is, I will prioritize communication, okay? This card tells you that it is time to tell someone how you feel. Be open and honest. Don't be all in your head and not in your heart. You know, feel from your soul that you're saying and what you're saying. This could even go into say that someone is flirting with you and you just don't even know it. It also tells you to read more, and that could be, you know, anything. Read more people, read more books, read more articles, you know, read more into yourself, you know, observe. This could also tell you that you've been being frivolous and you need to ground yourself because you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You need to really get yourself back to being grounded. The message of this card is that the energy from this card is speedy, gossipy, and flirtatious. This card kind of tells you to get out and socialize, you know, anything to build up that good communication. And if your mind is extremely scrambled, meditate. Meditation is great for a scrambled brain. It is. I know the thoughts are going to fly in really fast, but it's okay. Just let them go as they come. Let them in and let them out. The last card here, this is a pyrite sphere that I am in love with. So pretty, perfect size for my hand, and it kind of has like this own little spot here that it just kind of sets there. So it says you and your loved ones are safe, and this is for the new moon in Cancer. Okay, the mantra for this card is family first, or people that you consider to be family. So this could be close friends. If you're not close with your family, you may have some friends that you consider to be family. The meanings behind this card are telling you to let someone get a little bit closer to you, or that a new cycle is starting for your child or children, and people that you can, or people or things that you consider to be your children. So it may be a pet, it may be a niece, a nephew, a godchild. It doesn't necessarily have to be if you have children. It could be even someone that looks up to you like a mother figure, and you may not even know it, but they may present themselves to you in this time. This is also telling you to review your goals and ask yourself, have they changed? And if they have, what's different? And kind of reevaluate them, and make any necessary changes that you need to. And this one also talks about meditating to help balance any insecurities that you have, because it's saying that, you know, you and your loved ones are safe. That means this is kind of like being insecure. You don't feel safe or secure. So this card is saying, no, you're good. You're okay. And if you don't feel like that, meditate and kind of ground yourself a little bit. Try to get those insecurities out and let them go. This card speaks of water, okay? It says to spend time near water. And that could be a lake, pool, a beach, if you have one, if you're lucky. And that could mean, you know, even water scrying, or get just a beautiful bowl that you really like, or even a mug or a wine glass that you like. Fill it, you know, put some water in it and just gaze at it. Let it go with its natural rhythms. And this will help bring you peace and answers. So, you know, water scrying may not be the best thing for some people. So if you have a pool that you have access to, by all means use that. Just even swim around, get your feet wet, hair wet, whatever. Take a bath even, if you're not like, I'm sure everyone, well, most of the time you're gonna take a shower every day, but a bath, soak, let the water into your body, let your skin be moisturized and absorb it, relax. The major message of this card says that this time can be super emotional, but whatever happens next is in your favor. So just let it happen. Don't try to fight it. Just let it go, okay? And this is especially positive. This card says that it's especially positive for family matters. And like I said, family could be even like super close friends that you consider to be family, because you may not be as close to your family as you think. So that's what this card speaks of. Going forward, be open to communication, meditate, cleanse your space and yourself, and just accept it for what it is.